sympathy. Just us and the kids, I'm sure you understand. I gripped my coffee mug tighter, staring out my kitchen window at the fresh snow falling. Just 3 days ago, I handed them a check that paid off their entire mortgage, $300,000 of my hard-earned savings. Now suddenly, I wasn't family enough for Christmas dinner. The kids? I asked, keeping my voice steady. You mean Jason and Lily? Of course, dear. Your brother and sister need time with us. They've been so stressed lately, especially with Jason's new baby and Lily's promotion. I almost laughed. Jason hadn't worked a day in his life, living off our parents while claiming to be a cryptocurrency expert. Lily, my younger sister, had just been promoted to assistant manager at the mall, after I'd put in a good word with the owner, my client. Mom, I just paid off your mortgage. And we're very grateful, sweetie. That's why we don't want you to feel obligated to come for Christmas. You've done enough. Done enough. The words hit me like a slap. I thought about the last 15 years, how I'd built my consulting firm from nothing while watching my siblings drain our parents' retirement fund with their temporary loans and failed business ventures. Besides, Mom continued, her voice brightening, Jason's bringing the baby, and Lily's new boyfriend is coming. It would be too crowded with you there. Too crowded, in the 5-bedroom house I'd just freed from debt. I understand, I said quietly. Have a wonderful Christmas. I hung up before she could respond, my hands shaking slightly as I set down my phone. Through my window, I could see the sold sign being planted in front of the house across the street, the one I'd secretly bought last week. My mother's call wasn't a surprise, not really. It followed a pattern I'd known my whole life. Every time I helped the family, they found a way to exclude me. When I paid for Jason's rehab after his 3rd DUI, they had a small family dinner to celebrate his recovery. Without me. When I helped Lily get her job after she dropped out of college, they threw her a party while I was conveniently out of town on business. I was their ATM, their problem solver, their safety net, but never really family. Opening my laptop, I pulled up the mortgage documents I just paid off. There in the fine print was the clause my lawyer had insisted on including. Any major modifications to the property required approval from all parties involved in the mortgage settlement, including me. My phone buzzed with a text from Jason. Heard you're not coming to Christmas. Probably better that way, sis. You know how Mom gets about her perfect family gatherings. Perfect family gatherings, like the ones where he'd shown up drunk or Lily had brought her latest deadbeat boyfriend who stole Mom's jewelry. I opened my email and started typing a message to my contractor. The house across the street would need some work before I moved in. But that wasn't my first priority. No, I had other plans for December. Mike, remember those renovation plans we discussed for my parents' house? Let's start next week. Full crew, maximum efficiency. I want everything done before Christmas. I attached the architectural drawings I'd had prepared months ago, along with the legal documents showing my right to modify the property. My mother had wanted quality family time. She was about to get exactly what she asked for, just not the way she expected. Setting down my phone, I smiled at the falling snow. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about making sure people understand exactly what they've lost. The construction crew arrived at my parents' house early Monday morning. I watched from my rental apartment across the street as my mother ran out in her bathrobe, waving her arms frantically. What are you doing? Stop. We didn't authorize this. Mike, my contractor, calmly handed her the paperwork. Ma'am, these renovations were authorized by one of the mortgage holders. It's all legal. I could see her face change as she read the documents, realization dawning. She immediately called me, but I let it go to voicemail. 10 missed calls later, she sent a text. Emma, what are you doing? You can't just start tearing up our house. I replied with a simple message. I'm helping create the perfect family space you wanted. Don't worry, it'll be done before your quality family Christmas. The renovations proceeded exactly as planned. The formal dining room, where I'd never been welcome for important family meals, was converted into a state-of-the-art game room. The guest bedroom, where I used to stay before being excluded, became a home theater. My father tried to intervene next, showing up at my office with his usual manipulative tactics. Princess, your mother's very upset. This isn't like you, being so vindictive. I looked up from my computer, keeping my expression neutral. Vindictive? Dad, I'm giving you exactly what you wanted. a perfect family home. The game room is for Jason's gaming streams, since he's such a successful crypto expert. The home theater is for Lily's Instagram reviews. I'm just supporting the family, like always. But we didn't ask for any of this. You never do, Dad. You just take, and then exclude me from enjoying any of it. He left looking defeated, but that didn't stop the parade of family members trying to intervene. Lily showed up next, full of fake concern. Sis, you're acting crazy. Mom's crying every day, watching them change her perfect house. Perfect for who, Lily? The family members who actually get invited to Christmas? She had the grace to look embarrassed. That's not fair. You know how Mom is. Yes, I do know. That's exactly why this is happening. Even Jason tried his hand, calling me during one of his rare sober moments. Emma, come on. Stop this renovation nonsense. You're just jealous because I'm giving them their first grandchild. I laughed. Jealous? Jason, I paid off their house. I'm not jealous. I'm done being used. The renovations continued, each day bringing new changes. The formal living room became a children's playroom. For the grandchild, I told my mother sweetly when she protested. The kitchen was modernized with expensive appliances none of them knew how to use. My mother's prized antique furniture, passed down through generations, was carefully packed and moved into storage. In its place, I had modern, child-friendly pieces installed. We wouldn't want anything to happen to the family heirlooms, I explained when she called crying about her grandmother's Victorian sofa. Through it all, I watched from across the street, seeing their perfect family dynamic crumble. Jason stopped coming around, claiming the construction noise triggered his migraines. Lily complained that her Instagram followers could see the renovation in the background of her photos. 2 weeks before Christmas, my father made one last attempt at reconciliation. Princess, please. Your mother's heartbroken. This house, it's not ours anymore. I looked at him steadily. It stopped being yours the moment you decided I wasn't family enough for Christmas dinner. He tried to argue, but we both knew the truth. They'd taken my money, my support, my love, and then excluded me when it was time to celebrate as a family. The renovations will be done by December 23rd, I told him. Just in time for your perfect family Christmas. As he turned to leave, I added softly, by the way, Dad, check the mailbox tomorrow. There's something you should see. The next day, I watched from my window as he retrieved the envelope I'd left. Inside was a copy of the deed to the house across the street, my new home, along with a note. Merry Christmas. Enjoy your quality family time. I'll be watching. Christmas Eve arrived with fresh snow and the sound of my mother's wailing from across the street. The renovations were complete, transforming their traditional family home into a modern showcase that felt as foreign to them as I had always felt at their family gatherings. I stood at my window, sipping hot chocolate and watching the drama unfold. Jason arrived first, his pregnant wife looking uncomfortable as my mother burst into tears at the sight of her antique nativity scene replaced by a contemporary light display. But where are all our old decorations? I heard her cry. Our family traditions. Through my security cameras, another new addition to their house. I could hear Jason's response. Mom, calm down. Emma's just being spiteful because she's alone for Christmas. Alone. The word didn't hurt anymore. I'd chosen this solitude over their toxic version of family. Lily arrived next, her latest boyfriend in tow. She took one look at the modernized kitchen and started complaining. How am I supposed to film my cooking videos in here? These appliances are too complicated. I smiled, remembering how she'd never actually cooked anything in that kitchen before. Her cooking videos usually involved her posing with takeout arranged on our mother's old china, the china that was now safely in storage. My phone buzzed with messages from various family members. Mom, please come fix this. We can't have Christmas in this museum. Jason. Real mature, sis. Way to ruin everyone's holiday. Lily. Mom's crying. I hope you're happy. I didn't respond to any of them. Instead, I sent Mike, my contractor, a message. Time for phase 2. At exactly 6 p.m., as my family gathered for their quality time Christmas Eve dinner, the smart home system I'd installed came to life. The lights dimmed and the large smart TV in the living room activated. Through my cameras, I watched their faces as images began playing on the screen, a documentary I created just for them. There was Jason, passed out at last year's Christmas dinner, while I cleaned up his mess. Lily, sneaking out with Mom's credit card, which I later paid off. Dad, asking me for money to cover their mortgage, promising this would be the last time. And interspersed throughout were clips of me, alone at my college graduation because they were attending Lily's dance recital, working late to earn the money they so easily borrowed, celebrating my company's success with colleagues because my family was too busy with quality time. The final image was of me handing them the mortgage payoff check, followed immediately by my mother's voice message uninviting me from Christmas. The lights came back up to reveal my stunned family. Through the cameras, I could see my mother sinking into one of the new modern sofas, her face pale. My father stepped outside, looking across at my house. I met his gaze through the window, raising my mug in a silent toast. Then something unexpected happened. Jason's wife, Sarah, stood up. "I've seen enough," she announced. "You people are horrible. Emma's the only one who's ever actually helped this family. And this is how you treat her." She grabbed her coat and, despite Jason's protests, walked across the street to my house. When I opened the door, she had tears in her eyes. "I'm so sorry," she said. "I never knew. Can I spend Christmas with you instead?" Before I could answer, Lily's boyfriend joined us. Then my father's sister could arrive late and witnessed the whole scene. One by one, family members who'd been invited to their perfect Christmas chose to cross the street instead. My mother watched from her window as her perfect family gathering disintegrated, people choosing to join the outsider they tried so hard to exclude. Later that night, as I sat with my unexpected guests sharing takeout and genuine laughter, my father sent one final text. "Princess, we got it wrong. All these years you were the heart of this family, and we were too blind to see it. The house doesn't matter. Please, teach us how to be better." I looked around at my new Christmas gathering, not perfect, not traditional, but real. Sometimes family isn't about who shares your blood, but who shares your truth. I texted back a single line. "Lessons start tomorrow. Bring coffee." Across the street, my parents' perfect house stood as a monument to their choices, while in my new home, imperfect but honest love filled every room. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about destroying what others hold dear. It's about building something better of your own.